Happy Halloween, everybody. It is your host with the most, Griever, as always, on this spooky night. Bringing you guys a Halloween special video. I always try to get a video around the holidays, a Christmas video out or a Christmas stream, a New Year's stream, a Halloween dedicated video, those type of deals, right? And this year, unfortunately, I'm so behind on so many other things that, other than, of course, having a great costume, and kudos to the people who are going to know what this costume is. No, it's not a gay cowboy. But, seriously, try to guess what exactly I'm supposed to be dressed as. A cookie for the winner. Let's go. For the one who gets it right. So, anyways, for this year, I'm just going to keep it plain and simple. 3 tier lists. Right? Make it quick and simple. I thought about reviewing something. I thought about getting into that kind of idea. But really, realistically, I'm running out of time. And I really want this video to come out on Halloween. So, I have limited time, limited resources, and honestly, no ideas in the tank. So, what we're going to be doing is 3 separate tier lists. We are going to be ranking them S to F. We're going to be doing Halloween horror villains, so suffice to say, or horror movie villains, so to speak. Once again, these are all just taken off of Tier Maker, so I didn't create them myself. So some key people or movies or whatever might be missing, etc., etc. But yeah, so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be doing Halloween movies ranked. Once again, a list that I didn't create. I didn't choose the movies that are going to be ranked. And Halloween candy. For the third and final time, I did not make the list. I just grabbed the closest things, the most popular things off of Tier Maker, and we're just going to go through all 3 tier lists for this special video. So if that seems lame or boring to you or whatever, I'm sorry, I really ran out of ideas. And any idea I did have for a big Halloween video series or something like that, once again, it might get out by November 15th, if that's the case. So instead of doing that, we're going to be releasing this bad boy on October 31st. So anyways, let's just get right underway with the first tier on the first list on our Tier Maker list for the video. Alright, all you ghouls and goblins, let's start off with the first Tier Maker list, which is, of course, horror movie villains, or horror movie characters, if you will. But the iconic characters from a bunch of different horror franchises, or looking at the list, a couple people not necessarily from horror movies, just from movies where they kill a lot of people. So, and what better place to start when with the beginning of that? We are ranking this, of course, S tier all the way down to F tier. Then with the Xenomorph or the Alien. Once again, I didn't make this list. Personally, I wouldn't include the Alien, the Xenomorph, on a list of Halloween or horror movies, because you can argue it is a horror movie, sure, but I just don't know if that really counts necessarily. But if we open up the genre as a whole, then sure, why not? Why not? As an iconic horror character, fine dandy. And honestly, I really think has to go up in S tier. The Xenomorph, the Alien, is one of the top just creations. The first Alien movie freaked so many people out. The chest, all that bit, and the element, and also if you play some of the different games, I believe one was called Alien Invasion or something like that, where this thing, it's not about killing it like a zombie movie. This thing is dangerous. It's deadly. It's a predator. Ironically, but all that fun jazz. So yeah, I think Alien as a Halloween movie villain, no, it shouldn't even be on the list. But as a horror movie iconic character, yeah, I mean, you just can't deny it. The Alien franchise, right? Next up is, I believe this is supposed to be Annabelle. I'll give Annabelle, because based on all that stuff, I'll give Annabelle C tier. Creepy doll, so creepiness factor definitely gives it above D and F. It's in the mid tier. But honestly, I saw the Annabelle movie and I was like, eh. Like, honestly, Goosebumps Night of the Living Dummy scared me more as a child than Annabelle. Granted, I saw Night of the Living Dummy, the Goosebumps episode, when I was a child, so maybe it's got that retroactive, ability to freak me out as a result. But honestly, nah, Annabelle just wasn't hitting for me. I like within all the Insidious movies, the Conjuring movies, Annabelle and all that stuff. Annabelle's just kind of there. Like, I don't need to see it, ever again. It was it was fine. Like there are far better newer age horror movies than Annabelle. Sinister, for one. Sinister was a great horror movie, you know, which surprisingly I don't see him on there. Anyways, next is Jigsaw. Now the Jigsaw doll. This is going to be tough. This is going to be a tough one because honestly, once again, it depends on how we decide to rank these. If we're ranking them in iconicness and nostalgia and a lot of other things, and how are they good for a horror movie? Bottom of B tier maybe. Realistically, the doll doesn't play as much of a factor. In fact, you know what? No. Above Annabelle, but as far as dolls go, realistically, the doll has nothing to do with it. It adds the creepiness factor. The Jigsaw puzzles are very intricate and stuff, but I feel like I'm more watching a Da Vinci Code movie than a horror movie when I watch the Saw movies. I'm there for the gore and all the shit, but is it really... Like, it's horrific to see it because it's all gore and blood and guts, but is it really scary? You know what I mean? So... realistically, yeah, the creepiest thing about the Saw movies you could argue is the pig mask or the doll, but I don't think it's A or B tier material. Now this motherfucker from House of a Thousand Corpses, putting you way down in F tier. I'm sorry, House of a Thousand Corpses, The Devil's Rejects were terrible fucking movies. They were god awful. That was someone gave Rob Zombie too much fucking money, just like how he butchered Halloween 2, the remake. But Rob Zombie was given way too much. Somebody gave him, I don't know, they actually let this man use all the drugs he wanted, and everybody went along with it, and somehow a movie was produced. Not once, but twice. Now there's apparently a third one. So, yeah, no. Did it have its creepy moments? Absolutely. But as a movie, it was absolutely terrible. And it literally was just shitty for the sake of being shitty. You know, it was gross for the sake of being gross. There was no real rhyme or reason to it. It did not hit. It did not hit at all. Next up, we got Chucky. I'm going to be honest with you. I saw 1.5 Chucky movies. And realistically, as I said, Night of the Living Dummy as a kid scared the shit out of me. Dolls are creepy. Let's be real, dolls are creepy. But those old porcelain dolls, if you ever watched the original Sailor Moon episodes and stuff as a kid, like I did, you were creeped out by dolls for a number of years. But, that being said, Chucky does not intimidate me. Chucky does not scare me. And pick up this fucking toy and toss him in the blast furnace. I could beat the shit out of this fucking doll. Sure, I'd get some lacerations on my arm, but I would take this fucking thing. I would slam it into the drywall. I would destroy this goddamn doll. I don't care. Maybe he got super strength in later movies or something. They explain why, you know, and then there was Bride of Chucky and all that stuff. But Chucky, nah, not hitting. I will admit that that's my own opinion and stuff like that, as I haven't seen enough of them. So as a result, he's not going to go down to F tier. He's going to stay in D tier, as I didn't really care for the movies, and clearly nobody's out there going, oh my god, you really need to see the new Chucky movie. Nobody's telling me that, you know. So clearly I'm not missing out on much. He's going in D tier. Now, Freddy Krueger. Actually, my grandparents babysat Robert Englund as when he was a small child. So clearly honorary mention right there. They actually babysat this man, and that goes to show you why he turned out the way he did. Probably why I turned out the way I did. Go figure. Okay? Anyways, fact of the matter is, Freddy Krueger, iconic. We're going to put him at the top of A tier for now. I don't know if he's truly S tier. It's very hard. I don't want to fill S tier like I'm giving out Halloween candy. See what I did there? But yeah. No, you know what? We'll put him in S, and next, Ghostface, we'll put him in A tier. Because the iconic mask and everything, but he changes constantly as a villain. As a villain, he changes constantly. He's always a different person in each installment. And though I think the Scream movies are very, very well done movies, some of the more serious and better acted horror movies or slasher movies for sure, like he's not just one killer, so I don't think he can the longevity of S tier, you know. So I think we put Ghostface as our marker for who belongs in S tier, right? Next, I don't even know what the fuck this thing is, so we're just gonna put him in C tier. I don't know what this is from at all. Looks like Clayface from Batman, but I really don't know. Next, we got the Gremlins. Honestly, Gremlins gonna have to be above Annabelle, but not by much. The Gremlins movie was like a Christmas movie gone wrong. It was weird. Gizmo's adorable, of course, but the whole Gremlins thing was just wacky. It's a cult classic as a result, but it's not a very good movie. It's actually sad as shit. It's more sad than anything. That whole, they're sitting in the warehouse talking about the father getting killed on Christmas. That's why we don't like Christmas. And it's like, this is a monster movie. Like, this is like the invasion of the Mars Body Snatchers. What's going on? Why are we having this moment of tragedy in the middle of a damn horror movie? So, I don't know. Gremlins C tier at best. Hannibal Lecter. Anthony Hopkins as Hannibal Lecter. You know what? In all honesty, Anthony Hopkins did a fantastic job, but I'm not a huge fan of these movies. I think he's top of B tier. I really do. I'd love to give him, depending on where everybody else sits, we might move him up to the bottom of A tier, because he does deserve the accolade. He does deserve the accolade to be, but top of B tier is also fair as a gatekeeper to the true characters, because Hannibal Lecter, yes, is he freaky, and I just really don't like the movies. Anthony Hopkins does a fantastic job in those movies, not going to deny them, but I don't like those movies. I have seen them multiple times. Silence of the Lambs I have seen 6 times, and each time I'm like, I could be watching literally anything else right now. I don't really like these movies. It's similar to The Shining. I never need to see The Shining again. Not that it's not a good movie or that Jack Nicholson doesn't do a good job. I just don't like the movie. By the way, where's Jack on this fucking list? Anyways, moving on, we have Tim Curry as Pennywise. I think he really needs to go, yeah, right there in A tier. He really does. I'll tell you why. Because unlike Hannibal Lecter, who can't scare a child, Tim Curry as Pennywise was terrifying to anyone, and don't lie to me. Don't lie to me. He scared everybody as a kid. The image of Tim Curry as Pennywise the Clown was terrifying to all. It's just a fact. So you didn't even need to see the movie to be scared of this goddamn clown. So we're going definitely into the A tier. Unfortunately, the movie is terrible. It is a bad story, which, by the way, read the book. It's a bunch of fucking children having sex and stuff. It's weird. But it is actually not a good story and not a good movie whatsoever. So the highest I can put him is the bottom of A tier. In fact, you know what? I think he needs to be our gatekeeper to B instead of Hannibal Lecter. I think I'm being too harsh on Hannibal here, but yeah, because the movies are terrible, the book is terrible, and the only thing worthwhile is the scare factor of Pennywise, so B tier. And the new Pennywise, you know what? I'll give you right here in C tier, because honestly, I saw the first one and I'm just like, can we give this up? First off, the look is cooler in a way, it's more updated, but I find it not as scary. I find the fact that they're trying to darken the colors. The bright colors of Tim Curry is what made him so scary. This is too dark and obviously too grotesque, so I wasn't nearly as frightened in the movie. So definitely got to be below the Tim Curry original. Jason Voorhees, another super iconic character, the Detroit Red Wings goalie mask. I think he also belongs in S tier, right below Freddy Krueger, though. I think Freddy Krueger is above Jason as far as iconic-ness is concerned. Jaws. Bruce the Shark. Gotta give it to you. Nobody is surpassing Bruce the Shark. Because, and I will tell you why. I didn't grow up when that movie came out, but I can tell you, talk to anybody that was around and a teenager or in their 20s when Jaws came out, literally nobody went in the water that year. This movie scared the fuck out of West Coast and East Coast of every damn place that had this movie. The beaches have never been more bare than the year that Jaws came out, the summer of Jaws. So you can't deny the real world effect that this had. Sure, Freddy Krueger's scary and stuff, and you're like, I'm a little worried to go to sleep and dream and stuff like that. Jason Voorhees, maybe you were scared of looking at goalie masks for half a minute or something in a store. Jaws literally was scared the crap out of the population as a whole, that they didn't want to go in the water. People didn't go to the beach that year as a result. So Jaws does Jaws deserve to be on this list? That's up to you guys to decide, but I think no one can surpass Jaws. Bruce the Shark. Scary shit. Leatherface, hate Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Know it's based on a true story. Absolutely hate it. Think Leatherface is just one of the worst slasher villains ever. I'm going to put him right around, but his iconicness can't be denied, so I think we have to put him at the top of C tier. Unfortunately. I don't want to, but I think it would be a disservice to do so. Now, The Exorcist. The Exorcist. Classic, can't be denied, has to be bottom of A tier. Really does. In fact, we're going to put Hannibal Lecter. I think he does deserve to be up there, so we're going to change that. Pennywise in B, Ghostface, Hannibal Lecter, and then, of course, Exorcist. It just, one of the original... Once again, the movie, we're not talking about the remakes. The movie itself was actually really good, especially for the time. So definitely has a lot more credence than everyone below it. Whereas, like, once again, Pennywise. Tim Curry did a great job. Movie was trash. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Don't think it was that good a movie. The Saw movies, good movie, but that's not the horror face of it all. You know what I mean? Same with all these. So I just, you got to take the factors of it all. Michael Myers from the original Halloween, I think right here. I think Michael Myers, the first John Carpenter's Halloween is probably the best slasher film, period. I don't think that there's a contest. And Michael Myers is just as famous as Ghostface, Freddy Krueger, Jason, all of them. I don't think it's even a question that Michael Myers is only below Bruce the Shark. Then we go Pinhead. Honestly, Hellraiser wasn't my deal. I don't really know how to rate him. I'm going to put him in B tier because I know a lot of people seemingly like these movies. I'm going to be honest with you. I started to watch the first one, didn't get into it, don't really get the Pinhead thing. I don't get it. So, yeah, he's going to go in B tier for namesake alone. But I haven't actually finished any of the movies, so I wouldn't know. I don't know what this thing is, so bottom of C tier, because I don't really know what that's from. Predator. Predator, honestly... Once again, this is ranking Halloween/horror movies. In all honesty... I think the Predator movies aren't horror movies. They're survival movies, but they're not really... I can't put them in D or F tier, but mid C tier. I'm sorry. I love Predator. I like Predator more than everyone in C tier, more than B tier, more than A tier, easily. But I can't consciously put him in here on the list that we're basing this on. Sure, I like the Predator movies better than Silence of the Lambs and The Exorcist, but as a scare tactic, as a horror film, as a Halloween film, no. No, he shouldn't even be on the list. Then we have The Ring. Now, The Ring and The Grudge absolutely fucking terrify me. That is what I have been frightened of my entire life. I saw Ju-On and I saw The Grudge. I have been terrified ever since. I saw actually The Grudge before I saw The Ring, so The Ring scares me less, but still freaked out. We're going to have to go... Are the movies well done? Honestly, both the remakes and the originals are well done for both The Grudge and The Ring. And once again, I should only be basing this on The Ring, but The Ring is actually a very good story. I'm going to say normally, I would put this at the top of B tier, but since it scares the ever-loving shit out of me, I think there's no question it has to go right here. Has to go right here as far as, because is it as iconic as the S tier and Ghostface right there? No, not at all. But for fear factor for me personally, and this is my list, I'm more terrified of this thing than I am of anything else on this fucking list. So let's go. And the Trick or Treat thing, you know what? D tier. That wasn't a very good. It was an okay movie, but it was kind of weird. It jumped all over the place. It was trying to be more clever than it was. The Trick or Treat movie, actually, I like the movie well enough, but nah. Like realistically, that the Trick or Treat doll thing, once again, based on the character, not necessarily the movie. So yeah. Anyway, there's the list, guys. This is gonna take a lot longer. Maybe I didn't need to do 3 lists. But yeah, so there's the list. What do you guys think? Let me know how you guys would pick it down in the comment section down below, and let's move on to the next list. Alrighty, it's time for list number 2 of the Halloween special, and this one is specifically Halloween movies. Now, once again, there are a lot of movies missing from this list that I personally would put on, and there's movies here that I wouldn't put on this list whatsoever. And some of them, of course, I have not seen, so they're going to have to just go. I never did make a tier. I was trying to keep them all consistent. I didn't make a bracket for I haven't seen it, so you're just going to have to pay attention when I say no idea, here's where I'm going to put it for now. So anyways, starting this off, once again, this is based on Halloween and horror movies, and I can't stand the Ghostbusters movies. I think they're absolutely dreadful. I think they're awful movies. I will move Ghostbusters 1 at the very least for iconic status alone and the song up to D tier, but it's hard for me to even do that much. But Ghostbusters are terrible movies. I never liked them whatsoever. They are just bad. I like Bill Murray as an actor, and I like Dan Aykroyd and all that stuff, but these movies were so dorky. They were so stupid, and not dorky in a lovable way, just dorky dumb. So no. Hocus Pocus, C tier. Hocus Pocus was a decent movie. I liked it. It wasn't great, but it was good. I liked it. Nightmare Before Christmas, B tier. B tier, Jack Skellington. Actually, bottom of A. We'll put him at the bottom of A, top of B. For right now, we'll put him in B tier for the Gatekeeper, and as we go through, we might change our minds. So another Ghostbusters piece of shit. No. Coraline, another D tier movie. That was a terrible. Actually, that's an F tier movie. That's an absolutely F tier movie. That movie was absolute garbage. I hated that movie. The button eyes and all that stuff. No, it was a terrible movie. The Corpse Bride, C tier. C tier movie was The Corpse Bride. Not a very bad movie. And guys, I'm not trying to go fast. I just don't have a whole lot to say about these movies. Like, if they're not good, that's where they're sitting, right? Halloween Town, easy A tier movie. Halloween Town is it a perfect movie? No, but Halloween Town and Halloween Town 2, yeah, both A tier movies. And as a result of doing that, I think Nightmare Before Christmas needs definitely to go in A tier. Though, my own list, so sorry, Halloween Town 1 has to go above Nightmare Before Christmas. In fact, Halloween Town 2 does as well. I love these movies. I try to watch them every year. They're some of my favorite Halloween movies. They just are. They're so good. I love the concept of Halloween Town. They're some of me and my brother's favorite movies. So yeah, gotta be there. Frankenweenie, you know what? Honestly, top of D tier. I didn't like it at all. I didn't like that movie. I don't know what this movie is, so unfortunately I'll have to put it at the bottom of C tier. I've never seen this movie. I don't know what it is. The Eddie Murphy Haunted Mansion. Absolutely dreadful movie. Gotta go. Though I like it more than Frankenweenie and Ghostbusters, it's going to D tier. Just recently watched it with my wife last week as we were trying to find a couple of Halloween movies to watch, some old ones we hadn't seen in a while. Haunted Mansion is absolutely a dreadful movie. It's a terrible movie. It's got its couple of fun moments, but yeah, the Haunted Mansion was not good. Goosebumps. I'm assuming this is a movie. I never saw the Goosebumps movie, so I can't rate it. I think we're just going to have to put you also in C tier since I can't. I would say if this is Goosebumps the series, I would easily put it into B tier. So actually what I'm going to do, even though I know this is a movie, but it's my list, it's my video, so I'm going to count this as Goosebumps the TV series, and I'm going to put it at the top of B tier. So just so we're clear, this is not the movie. I haven't seen the movie, but if you watched the series back in the 90s, like I did, then Goosebumps, the original series, was very well done. for some very campy acting and campy shit, but nostalgia, it's got to go B tier. Then we have Goosebumps 2. Once again, I'm actually going to have to put that in C because I don't know what that is. The original Addams Family. I'll be honest with you. Don't really care for the Addams Family, but the iconicness can't be denied. You're going below the original Goosebumps series, but you are going to go into B tier. Now, as far as the other Addams Family films go, I'm sorry, I haven't seen them, so they are both going to have to go. Is that Addams Family? I believe that's Addams Family. I haven't seen remakes or anything like that. They're going to have to go in C tier because I have not actually seen them. Casper. Was never a huge fan of Casper. I didn't mind the movie, but I was never a huge fan of Casper, in all honesty. So I like Hocus Pocus more, so C tier for that. This one is Something House. I feel like I should know what this is. Haunted House? Monster House? I'm not sure if I know this movie, so once again, C tier, unfortunately. Hotel Transylvania, not a bad film, not as good as Hocus Pocus, so we'll put him right there at close to the top. Never saw Hotel Transylvania 2, but I'm going to assume it's worse, and we're going to put you at the end of C tier. Oh god, whatever this is with the Hotel Transylvania guys, it's clearly a D tier thing. It's got to be. The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, S tier, no question. Moving on. Toy Story Horrors, Terror. Never saw it, unfortunately, so once again, C tier for Toy Story Horrors, because I've never witnessed it. Practical Magic, same deal. Man, this list is terrible, because I haven't seen any of this stuff. I have no idea what that is. Edward Scissorhands is a goddamn awful film. I hated Edward Scissorhands. Yeah, I absolutely hate it. I'm trying to decide if I like it better than Frank. Actually, I like Frankenweenie more. I hate Ghostbusters more. No, actually, bottom of D tier. Edward Scissorhands is goddamn awful. What's that? Is that the Headless Horseman? I believe that's supposed to be the Headless Horseman. Because I love... That's a good movie. That's at the bottom of B tier. I like that one. I forget what they call it. Exactly. It's not Headless Horseman, but I can't read the title there. Let's see. The Craft, never seen it, so C tier. Scream, the original Scream movie is fucking is a really good horror movie, bottom of S tier. Scream 2, not nearly as good. I think we're going to go the bottom of A tier for Scream 2. Paranormal Activity was that found footage, but it did start a lot of shit. Personally, I don't think it's that great. I think I'll put it just below Hocus Pocus, but honestly didn't do much for me. Same with Poltergeist. Probably right here. Honestly, I'm not a hugest fan. Young Frankenstein. Actually with Gene Wilder. Bottom of B tier, honestly. Young Frankenstein was actually quite a good film. I liked that film. Gene Wilder did a great job. The original Halloween, of course, has to be right up there in S tier, no question. Shaun of the Dead. Better than Paranormal Activity, I guess. I don't know. How about that? There we go. And this one, I can't even read what this is. Oh, Beetlejuice. Didn't like Beetlejuice. Didn't care for it. But still liked it better than Paranormal Activity. So, there you go. So there we go. There is my movie list. Once again, they are missing a lot of films. Ironically, missing things like Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, some things like that, but has Scream 1 and 2, Hotel Transylvania 2, Toy Story Horrors. What the hell is that? Anyways, so based on this list, this is my current list of movies. Once again, a lot of C tier. I don't know the movies. So from Monster House on, I don't know these films. I don't know Monster House, Paramorna, Ghostbumps 2, the two Addams Family remakes or sequels, the Toy Story special, Practical Magic, Hotel Transylvania 2, and The Craft. I do not know what these films are. I've never seen them, so I cannot rank them. But anyways, what do you guys think of this particular list? And let's move on to the final one, which thankfully is quite a short one. I tried to find a candy list, but there wasn't a whole lot, and this one has very few candies on it, so it'll be quite quick. But anyways, let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this list down below. Third and final list, let's go. Alright, well, since the first two lists took quite a bit of time, especially the first list, thankfully this list is quite short, and I was going to originally look for a longer candy list or maybe add a few other candies that I know of. But you know what? This video is already going to be much longer than I initially expected. So let's just jump into this particular list, unedited, and just go for it. So right out of the gate, there are some things that I just don't know what they are. For example, what the hell is a Swedish fish? No idea. Into F tier. And I think I don't... Oh, is that those weird... These things are absolutely goddamn dreadful. If I can't remember their name, but I think they're absolutely awful. So they're going in F tier too. I don't know what rainbow chewies are. I assume they're a chewy type of candy and they're fine, so they go into C tier. Rockets, I actually have a soft spot for rockets. A lot of people don't like rockets, but rockets are great. So B tier. Reese cups, obviously an S tier. Assuming they're the Reese butter cups, like not the Reese's Pieces, not this, not that, but Reese peanut butter cups. You know, I'm assuming that's what we're going for there. Kit Kat's pretty good. I think I'd put it into top of B tier. It's pretty good. Mars bars. Mars bars are A tier. I like myself Mars bars. Wonder bars is a better Mars bar, so we're going with A tier for that one. What else would be an S tier? Let's just see if there's any more S tiers. Clearly, oh, Henry's an S tier. Oh, Henry is clearly an S tier. And Kinder Eggs. Oh, or is that a Kinder Bar? I can't tell. I can't tell from this picture. They're so small. I would put, yeah, I'm gonna, if this is a Kinder Egg, then we're gonna call this a Kinder Egg. I know it's probably Kinder Bars and all that bullshit, but assuming the Canadian Kinder Eggs, which are not allowed in America because you guys are weird, the Kinder Eggs we are putting in S tier, bottom of S tier, and I think I'm gonna put O. Henry over Reese cups. I think that's my S tier solved there. Smarties. Smarties are right above Kit Kat in B tier for sure. Coffee Crisp, I really can't stand. They are that's in F tier. I don't like them. Same with M&Ms. I hate M&Ms. Can't stand them. Skittles are far superior. Hershey's. Now, what type of Hershey's bar is this? If this is a cookie, if this is cookies and cream, it looks like the cookie and cream one. So yeah, I don't like cookies and cream. It's absolutely awful. Mr. Big is right there in A tier easily. Really, really good. Arrow, I think I would put just above Kit Kat, not above Smarties. My Nerds, C tier at best. Crispy Crunch, C tier. Caramel Bar easily at the top of B tier. Caramel are just really, really good. Sour Patch, I really like some Sour Patch. I think I put Sour Patch just below Rockets. In B tier. Jolly Ranchers. No, actually, I'll put Sour Patch at the top of C, and I'll put Jolly Ranchers right above Rockets. Jolly Ranchers are really good. Twizzlers, I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do like them better. I don't know what that is, and I like them better than Miners for sure. And I have no idea what this is supposed to be, so we're just going to put it in D tier, just so we fill out D tier. So, there you go. Those are the candies. And once again, we are treating this particular one here, the Kinders, as the actual Kinder Egg surprise that I grew up with. So, even though these look like those weird Kinder Bars that they came out with or some bullshit. Anyway, Kinders were awesome. We had totes and totes of them. It was like McDonald's and Burger King Happy Meal toys. We had tons of Kinder Egg surprise toys. They were fun. It was great as a kid. I'll be buying Kinder Eggs for my kids for absolutely sure. There's just no question. They'll be having their Kinder Eggs. So yeah, this is my list once again. That's it for that one. So we start off with the longest list, ironically. We started off with the longest list that took almost 20 minutes. Then the next list took about 12 minutes. And now this one here is only going to take, 5-6 minutes. So, but anyways, that's the last list, guys. So once again, let me know how you guys would rank these. And if I'm crazy, if I've been taken over by a spirit of Hallows Eve and ooh, I put M&M's in F tier. I must be possessed by a demon. Ooh. Maybe. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, just let me know what you guys think of the list down in the comment section down below. And happy Halloween. Let's go to the outro. And there you have it, everyone. The Griever Halloween special video completed. I know it wasn't exactly the best video I've ever made and some such, but I hope you guys enjoyed it nonetheless. And let's see if you really can guess what I am dressed up as. I'll give you a hint. It's not a gay cowboy. But also, I'll give you another hint. It is a movie character. Maybe turn the gears. Get the gears working with that one. So anyways, guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Hope you have a very happy Hallows Eve. And drink responsibly as always. And we'll see you guys back here next time for, well, I assume next Halloween. So anyways, hope you guys have a good one. We'll see you back here next time. Bye-bye.